Hello, hello, my collective. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's well. Everyone's had a wonderful, wonderful day or is about to have a great one wherever you are. Okay, so let's begin our reading. Let's first light up the candles as always. Yeah, okay, let's begin with our Change Your Channel. And yes, it is the best smelling candle, this one out here. Really is. I just took it out of the box and was like, oh, so beautiful. Welcome, Archangel Michael. Here it is. Archangel Raphael. And Archangel Gabriel. Yep. Alright, we're going to keep them like so. Now let's just thank our angels, our divine team, spirit guides, our ancestors, our gurus, our ascended masters, and all the deities, all the gods, in all the realms. Let's just thank them once for being on our side, for being in our corner. Yeah. Just give me a moment and just pray with me if should you wish to, only then. All right, let's begin our many downloads. I have so many. And these are like quite interesting ones. Really, I mean it. Okay, let's just finish off the one that we haven't been able to like really cover, and it's been a while. Yagya, if you remember Yagya. And I know, if at all, if I've not been able to come out with a with a download, if I've not been able to share a download, rather, let me just put it that way, it's always divine timing. There's a reason why I haven't been able to like share it. Maybe it's not time yet, maybe that bit of information is not supposed to come out yet, or whichever way. There's always a reason, divine reason, some divine synchronicity playing out somewhere that does that. So it's not like out of no reason at all. Okay, hang on, that was one. Okay, let me just take out Yagya. So this like divine reminded me of something like long time ago. There was like when my karmics were like really pissing me off, right? Really trying their level best to piss me off or something, right? They were just trying to like gain a reaction out of me so that they could just tag me as, unbalanced, tag me as crazy or whatever. Like they were poking, provocating, threatening, whichever way. There are like various ways to do so, right? Like they're like a team of 10 members. It decide they will just poke and run at someone, like they just want to evoke a reaction out of, like, I'm just giving you a circumstance, this is what's happening. So Divine told me, I remember having this conversation with Divine, where Divine was telling me, like, think of your purpose as a yagya. Your purpose is basically a yagya. If you remember, like in the olden times, yagya, okay, so let me just begin from the beginning. For all those kids who don't know what a yagya is like the much more detailed, much more in-depth version of a domestic havan that you must have seen in your house, right? If you are a practicing Hindu, you would have seen like there's a havan, right? That happens. There's an altar made, and there's a puja for certain things, and there are certain mantras. A pandit actually comes in, recites certain mantras, and you offer you've sacrificed to the fire god and everything, and to your gods or to your ancestors, right? You will see a lot of it happening around this around Shraddh, right? And that's what we call in Punjabi. I don't know what it's called otherwise. Around Shraddh, when we pray to offer like pray to our ancestors, right, for their moksha, for their shanti, for everything, right? Those are the Shraddhs, right? So you have seen a lot of people, a lot of your families, your mom and dad, right? Actually, they hold these havans at home. So yagya is a way more ascended level of the same havan, but it's yajna because it's done. The purpose of a yajna is much higher. It's not like a normal, oh, this something. No, it's much higher. It's done by a much more ascended master. It's done by like a rishi or a maharishi. It's not done by any brahmin, if you know what I mean. So it is done by ascended master. It is done for a much bigger purpose. The outcome expected is it's way more 5D than a 3D version. Alright, you getting my point? So in the olden days, when these rishis, these sages who used to live in these ashrams, right, away from the city life, away from the kingdom, they would live in these forests, and they would have their hermitages in the forest, and they would hold these yajna and everything for these higher purposes, for higher knowledge, higher wisdom and everything. So Divine reminded me of something, like when I was going through this, Divine reminded me of an instance for me having this conversation with Divine a while back when all of this was happening. And this must be about I think about a year ago or something. So it just reminded me, when that yajna download came in, that it is not just that I'm going to cover what actually had come in, but the main conversation that was reminded to me was that think of your purpose. Now, collective, I'm talking to you. Divine, this reminded me, not just for nothing, right? Divine is asking you, if you're going through a situation, a circumstance or whatever, where you have a lot of karmics poking at you, trying to get a reaction, trying to like derail you from your purpose, trying to attack your higher calling or something. Just see this from the eyes of the Divine. Now Divine is seeing this and asking you to also perceive it as your purpose, as a yajna. Think of yourself as that sage. Think of you performing that yajna. And what used to happen in these olden times is you see in the stories, like if you've read these mythological stories that I keep sharing with you, right? So you'll see a lot of these rakshas and these asura, what they used to do, like when Rishi or the sage or maharishi who would perform this yajna, these rakshas and asuras would come and disrupt the yajna. How would they disrupt the yajna? Either they will come out and like make ruckus, create ruckus, or they will just start uprooting trees. They will start throwing dead meat into the yajna fire. They could not attack the sage. Let me just tell you, I'm coming to that point. If the easiest way to disrupt a yajna would be to attack the sage, correct? To attack the person who's performing the yajna. But no, their calling is not, people who like these asuras and these demons and these rakshasas, they could not touch the sage. They did not have, how should I put it? Very mildly and humbly, rather than sounding very arrogant or something. But let me not sugarcoat shit. It was just not their level. they could not touch the sage. They were like much low vibrational beings. So in the hierarchy of the 5D level beings, right, that we are, they didn't have a calling. Their whole purpose of existence was to like be a deterrent, to be an obstacle, to be a hurdle in divine purpose. So imagine they're like, as their importance or the significance is just as much of that of like a common stone, I would say. Alright, so see, this is why I wanted to look for that particular term that could be much more milder, but then I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. Divine has in fact told me to go for it, like literally don't hold back. Okay, already happening. Alright, so look at this. If you're going through a situation like this where you're being poked and like you're being obstructed in your divine way, you have attackers coming from left, right and center, people coming in your way and trying to like stop you from doing what you are meant to do. This is your higher calling. Then just look at them as asuras and understand that they cannot touch you. They can do whatever they want in the environment, but they can't touch you. And anything and everything that they do would actually work out for you. So like in the olden times, I'll give an example, like a lot of, I don't remember which Maharishi it was, but in Ramayana also, there's a sage, very, very, very important sage. I'm forgetting his name right now. That sage had asked, Lord Ram's father that I want your son. They were like very young at the time. Ram and Lakshman were very young. All right. So there are Dasharath, if you could just send your sons. He had asked like, okay, fine, I heard a lot about your sons, Ram, Lakshman, but especially Ram. We have heard so much about him. Can you come and help me out in my hermitage? I have a couple of demons who come and like disrupt my yagyas, disrupt my my havans and everything when I perform these yagya for a higher calling, for the good, for the good of the world, right? These yagas were meant to like ascend the world with them. Like ascended masters are not there just to ascend themselves. They're ascended masters for a reason. They lift the vibration of the planet. All right. So for the community, wherever you're sitting, so wherever you are sitting, like, oh, before I forget that, let me just read that. Wherever you are, that area gets blessed, right? So Rishi was telling, so takes request the king to you, or you can just take both your sons, and can they just help me out with taking out these demons? And Lord Ram did that. Lord Ram and Lakshman. There's a story. I'm forgetting the name of the sage. I'm very sorry. I'll come back to you with it. All right. So they were like, they took those demons out, and like Maharishi rather would start performing his yaga, and these demons would come, and every time he would start the yaga, these demons would come and disrupt it. So take your circumstances that and know that there's always a Lord Ram, there's always a Lakshman coming out to help you. Like I went through a similar situation. It did not happen just until now, really. So this download has been pending for a while, but it is only coming out right now for a reason, right? So I went through a certain situation where like every time I maintain pin drop silence. I like just do something for like, it's literally for the goodness of we do it literally like I said, for the goodness of the planet. We're lifting the vibration of this planet. We're helping Mother Nature. But then you have these asuras and these demons who love to come in the way. Their whole purpose is to disrupt it. So look at it that way and just understand that there's divine help available. Always divine help, irrespective whether you ask for it or not. Like I didn't even ask for it, and there's like entire universe came out to help me. I did not even know that I had that much support in the 3D world. Of course I have support in the 5D. I know who I am in the 5D. I know who works with me in the 5D. I know who helps me out in the 5D. I know my ranking. I know where I am, where I stand in the hierarchy. But I did not, honest to God, I was pleasantly surprised by the support I got in the 3D. I was like, really, I was pleasantly surprised, and I'm extremely thankful and grateful to the people who like supported me right now. So I was really pleasantly surprised. So you'd also be pleasantly surprised, my collective. Just know that irrespective whether you ask for help or not, if this attack if only this will actually expose more of these hidden attackers. You be aware of like these people who do these things in the dark, who do these things in a very proxy way, if you know what I'm saying. They don't do it, they do it, but they still don't do it in front of you, and you just never come to know. A lot of these hidden attackers would be visible to you. So take it as a blessing. So whenever something like this happens, look at make a pros and cons list and see what all were you able to like gain out of the experience. And most times then, like I would say 9 times out of 10, you'll actually be surprised by the kind of people who help these attackers, because you must have considered them just friends, right? Like, if they're not friends, they were like, you would have thought of them as like people who are like just almost neutral, but no, they were not neutral, right? You never knew. You probably kind of I won't say confided, but you probably trusted them. You probably trusted them with authority. You probably trusted them with discernment. You probably trusted, but no. So it's good for you to know who all are actually on your side and who are not. So every time an attack like this happens, it only basically exposes. It's more like an expose, rather, I should say, expose on these hidden attackers. Thank you, Divine. That's what I was looking for, the term hidden attackers. So you don't come to know, but this time, in my experience, in this incident itself, I came to know about people. My discernment, I think, sharpened even more. And I'm very thankful and grateful to these people, these dumb fucks, right? Dimwits, rather. had they not really come and attacked me, like whichever way they did, I would have continued to like trust them. Maybe trust, like if nothing, then I would have like just given them the benefit of the doubt, which is what we all do, right? At least people with a good heart do. But having said that, what my point is that you understand, take it as like an opportunity to identify more hidden attackers. Take that. Secondly, learn and internalize that help is always there for you, or irrespective whether you ask for it or not. In fact, I was like literally surprised this time. I was like, I had people asking me, why did you not come in earlier? Why were you like holding this on by yourself? And I was like, wow, like I'm so grateful and thankful for such support. I really am. I'm pleasantly surprised. All right. Okay, so that being that's that yagya. So see and just be focused on your purpose. Understand this is a yagya that you have to perform, and there'll always be these low vibrational demons who have no value in a bigger divine plan. They have no value. They're expendable like that, even for their own Satan, even for their own demons, whoever they pray to. All right, they are expendable souls. So just understand, that you are a divine soul, you are a divine being, and you're here on divine mission. You have an assignment and you keep going for it. All right, do not be bogged down by this. If you want help, like I said, that particular Maharishi who asked for Lord Ram's help, who went to Raja Dashrath and asked for his sons, like, I want your sons to just help me out. I want them to take out these two demons that are like bothering me, and this is what they did. And this is one thing throughout the journey of the 14 years of their Vanvas, and I think before and after that also, at least I know that Lord Ram and Lakshman were called, like a lot of these sages was to call them to help out with such such endeavors. Help us out with this, help us out with that. ये दानव हमें तंग करता है, ये फलाना राक्षसी हमें तंग करती है, or this, like I've got these low vibrational beings who come and just disrupt the peace of my pupils or something. In these hermitages, a lot of these high vibrational people are always attacked by extremely low vibrational people. It's like literally the high and the low. There's a clash. It's like literal opposites. Very, very low vibrational people versus very, very, very high vibrational people. It'll always be like this. Alright, so you accept the reality, of course, accept it, but then also see how well the 3D has been able to come and show up for you. Alright, and also acknowledge, just be thankful and grateful to the angels that who have been around you, like literally all the angels, the seraphim, all the gods, all the deities, and I'll tell you who all came in. Like, I could not believe it. I had let me just come out with the names. Really, I had Ma Adi Shakti, I had Ma Mahakali, I had Lord Shiva, I had so many deities coming in and saying this thing over and over again, that whoever comes in your way will not be spared. And like real harsh terms. I mean it. Like, whoever comes in your way will not be spared. Like, it's like we have been repeating, and when I say we, I mean me and my divine team. We have been repeating. This has been on repeat. We have been warning people. It's just divine was very merciful up till now. Like, there's gonna be a repercussion for you, like playing with a divine child. Like, get that. Let's internalize it. Take it as a warning. Whatever you want to take it. There will be repercussions in your life. If you think you'll get away with stuff, you'll do this and get away, you will not get away with it. And like I just said, I don't even have to ask for help. It just literally happens on its own. And all I'm left to do is just thank the God. Like, thank you so much you did this for me. Thank you so much you did this for me. Really. To an extent, like, this has become, I'm sure it's embarrassing now for these karmics. Like, how come you are like so many people against versus just one person? You still, like, you keep getting defeated over and over and over and over and over and over again. This must be embarrassing. I'm sure it must be. Like, you have like you've taken all shortcuts, all immoral, unethical ways. You've resorted to lying, stealing, slandering, whatever low vibration stuff you could get to, but like still not winning. It must really be frustrating, I'm sure. Must really be frustrating. Anyway, so I just wanted to get this out for my collective. I'm sharing my experience with you, collective, because this is happening to this exact thing happened even to my, like, to all of our 144,000 brothers and sisters. This is happening to the collective, to all the chosen ones. All right. So, and these things will continue to happen until divine just shuts them down for good, and that time has come. I think. Really, I mean it. It is there, and I don't want to okay, I'm not going to share too much. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, I have covered that yagya, that part of yagya. Let me just come to you what I was given from Rig Veda. Hang on, I have to look for it. Just be patient, my collective. Just give me a moment. I have a lot of stuff here. By the way, the fire element, the seraphim and their presence is still here. It's still on as of today. Still today. I was like extremely grateful and thankful for it. Thank you so much. Raining fire right now, on your karmics. 1 second. Okay, so Yagya in our Rig Veda, right? In our Vedas, like Rig Veda being literally the first book. Now, this is out of the first book ever. All right, it's considered literally the first book in the history of mankind. Like, at least in our civilization, Rig Veda is the first book, right? And talks about Yagya. It talks about Yagya, but a lot of people take it very literally because, again, they're not enlightened enough to interpret the text. It is it's literally spiritual in nature, so most people don't get it. Let me reiterate that. That's my disclaimer. A lot of people would read it and think of it, interpret it in their own logical sense, which is for them. It is not for them, but we are here for we know it was intended in a symbolic way, in a spiritual way. All right, so when Rig Veda talks of Yagya, it talks about sacrifice also. And I mean, like, sacrifice literally means it talks about animal sacrifice, but doesn't really mean animal sacrifice as in cutting a goat or cutting a horse or whatever. You're getting a point. It is not actually animal sacrifice. It's symbolic in the sense it talks about your own animalistic instinct that is to be sacrificed and be put in the Yagya fire. Again, that fire element that purifies. Again, same. The seraphim there are seraphim that are known as the fire of God. They basically purify. I've told you the whole story how Isaiah was purified, right? So similarly, the same way, the Yagya fire is supposed to purify you. It is supposed to purify that animal instinct inside you. You're like sacrificing. It's a give and take, right? You're sacrificing your animal instinct, not the animal per se, like a 3D animal. You're talking about like your sins, your addictions, your patterns, and your behaviors, your whatever, all of that shebang, right? So the entire package. So whatever you're working for, whatever your objective of the Yagya is, it always has to be an objective or an exercise, right? So whatever your objective of the Yagya is, you're supposed to give away something from inside of you and gain something from divine. That's how. So tapasya kyun karte the? Like Purani time mein people would perform these very heavy penances, and then God will be happy and they'll come up and say, now ask whatever you want, right? So what have you done? You've given your time, you've given your focus, you've given your energy, you've shown how much how disciplined and focused you can be. Right? This is what you showcase to the divine. You are giving something. What are you giving? You're giving your focus, you're giving your life, you're giving your energy, you're giving your ears, right? To the divine. You're giving literally your tan man dhan to the divine when you're performing that penance. And in return of that, then divine would okay, what would you like to have? I'll give you a boon. Whatever boon you want. What do you want? Ask for it. ask away. Correct? So the same way yagya in the Rigvedic yagya, and I say a lot of people again disclaimer here, a lot of people would not be able to see this in a spiritual way. They'll see this in a very 3D way. Or yagya, oh my god, it talks about animal sacrifice. Oh my gosh. This reading is not for people who live in just the 3D world, who cannot ascend even a level up. This reading is not for you. Please click away and do whatever you want, whatever low vibration stuff you do, or whatever else you want to do with your life. You are free to go. It was lovely knowing you, and thank you. All right. So again, back to my collective and my ascended people. All right. So yagya. So it talks about this yagya, wherein the sacrifice animal is again not an animal, not another life, but your inner negative, all that negativity inside you, all that negative traits inside you. Let's say, again, at the cost of repeating myself, like, it's the most generic example would be, very common example would be like, again, your patterns, your addictions, your responses. Let's say there's a certain knee-jerk response you have to a certain situation, your insecurities, right? All of that. Okay, your indiscipline, your lack of focus, all of this. So you're supposed to be sacrificing that primal animal instinct inside you. That what is an animal instinct? What is it that links you with an animal? What is it? Those primal instinct, the instinct of like what, survival, of just mating. All right, then what is it? It's literally just survival, and there's that other aspect. That's it. These two aspects in an animal's drive, right? This is what they are. They don't ascend themselves. They are unable to rather ascend themselves to another level. This is where they're at in the food chain. That is why they're so low in the food chain, right? And why are we at the highest peak? Why are we there at the highest link of the food chain? Because we are the so-called ascended souls, right? We have ascended ourselves from that. We've all evolved ourselves from there, right? So that evolution bit is what is asking you that you are performing this yagya. So now sacrifice that animal from inside of you. Sacrifice that animal inside the yagya fire. All right? So this is what divine wanted you to know, that this is what you have to sacrifice it. Like, think of a thing, just think of one thing that you want to get rid of, which you know in your heart of hearts that would make you a better human if you were to get rid of it. Any one trait of yours, any one negative trait of yours that you think would benefit you and humanity in general, your community in general, this earth in general, Mother Universe in general. One trait if you were to get rid of, what would that be? And try, starting from there. Perform a yagya. Again, you don't have to have fire, real fire. You don't need an altar. You don't need mantras. You need resolve. You need intent, and you need action. And an action plan before that, an executable action plan. Not just a high funda, I'm not going to do this from tomorrow and that's it. No, yes, that intent is great, but how will you execute that? That you're not going to be doing that from now onwards. How does that work? One trigger and you'll get back into the same loop, right? So what is your plan to execute it? So that once you formulate that plan and you get on, you walk on that path despite the triggers, that is when you're performing the yagya. And all those distractions and all those people who come in the way, who try to trigger you back or pull you back from your spiritual journeys, are the demons, are the asuras, all those low vibrational animals that are trying to attack your yagya. You getting my point? So what is divine asking you to do? I've already told you, pick up one thing. Start from there. Of course, there could be 100 things. I'm still working on myself, right? There could be many things. Start from one. You obviously cannot just jump from level 1 to level 500 in a day. Start from one. Start from an easy one, in fact. You think that you can do it. Actually, you actually had done something in the past for a little bit of time. Pick up that. Put that in the yagya fire. Put it in the fire and purify yourself. Try with that. This is what divine is encouraging you to do, inspiring you to do, should you want to do it. It is your journey. It is your will. You have free will. Divine can only suggest, recommend, all right, or like give you a yell out of the goodness of their heart because they want to see you doing really well. But at the end of the day, you are the one who will be executing the plan. It is you who will be putting it into action. So it is completely your calling. Alright, that bit of yagya I wanted to do. Okay, I think we have covered the. Let me just come up with the ones that I got just recently. And those are like also quite a few. Wait a minute. Let me have a sip of water. Hang on. 2:22 on the clock. It's 2:26 right now. Okay, so okay. Okay, let me just come. Okay, I've already told you that how Mahakali, Ma Adi Shakti, and Lord Shiva has been like really been vocal about your security, your protection. So just so you know, I got this so many times that I could not have possibly written it down, quite honestly, my collective. I got this so many times and they kept repeating that anybody who attacks your, let's say, your yagya, your purpose, will not be spared. Will not be spared, will not be spared, will not be spared, will not be spared. These are like harsh terms. It's not like, oh, they'll be like given a lesson or no lesson. That time is over. That time of learning a lesson, trying to like take them, make them take the right path, that time has come and gone. That's no longer an option anymore. That option is not available to the karmics anymore now. Alright, so I just wanted to reiterate that literally Mahakali, and I'm telling you, when I say Mahakali, really, literally she manifested herself in front of me when she came up with this, and I was like, it is so overwhelming. I cannot tell you. And divine just makes it a point to make it obvious for you. Obviously they know that you understand, but sometimes they just try to make it, stamp it, sign it, put it in an envelope, seal the envelope. Sometimes they do that, make that extra bit of effort. It's quite touching. And today she did that. So I think this is something that your karmics should take heed, but we'll just leave it to them. I don't even had I not had these downloads where I had to talk about the karmics, I would not have even talked about them, really, quite honestly. But this journey is such that we have to acknowledge that they're in our environment, and a lot of people in my collective are still on their journey where they're learning how to deal with these people, and it's an ongoing exercise. It's very progressive in nature, yes, but it's an ongoing exercise. So don't feel bad about it, my collective. Alright, so okay, let me tell you about my vision. Oh my god, I got this not yesterday, day before yesterday in the evening. I came back from work and I was totally relaxed. Literally, I was lying down on my couch, half up, half down, right? Totally have your 3 cushions here, 3 cushions under my feet, that kind of super comfortable watching my TV. And I had this vision of a woman howling. I'll tell you how I saw it. I saw this woman get inside a door, and it seemed like a bathroom kind of a decor, right? When a bathroom, you know how a bathroom looks, right? Because it's a small, it has these corners that are cut very, it didn't seem like a very big room. And as soon as this lady came in, she shut the door quite loudly, and she instantly sat down. So I'm assuming she sat down on the WC, right? And and she just started howling. It was I can't do that on the camera. I just can't. I was just thinking that how will I tell my collective how was she crying, but I just can't do it. Allow me. It really was so loud. It was almost like a baby, a brat rather, someone who's it wasn't like someone, they were not mourning. It was like an ego death, if you know what I mean. Someone just felt defeated in something. It was like more like a frustration cry, if you know what I'm trying to say. This person came in, shut the doors, like, you know, that kind of, she started crying. And collective, why am I, stressing on this is like, literally she was so frigging loud that I literally had to get up and like, what is up? It was so loud that she was crying. So I'm just telling you this, like, it is one of your karmics, or one of your karmics that had like, and so I'm giving you this download now, and this is a timeless reading, so whenever you receive it, okay? I got this download a day before yesterday, last evening. And to an extent, I was like, I was totally relaxed, and this lady just, I had to like get up. I had to get up, like she was so loud, she disturbed my peace. Like, and just like, what is happening? It's one of your karmics, and they've just either experienced a massive setback. Massive setback, because the kind of crying that was, it wasn't like, it's not that they lost a pen. It ain't about that. It is literally a massive ego death, like an actual defeat, like a defeat. And Lord has been like, in my last reading also, if you remember, I mentioned, like, it was in one of our chapters, Proverbs, that it'll be like, God is adamant that he will make this a very public thing. This, your victory and their defeat will be a very public thing, because I think all this while, this is a very, it is common ground for all of us, for all of my brothers and sisters, so all of us who are fighting this war against the evil, my collective, that the karmics try to make it very public. They try to like, this is actually their objective, their intent, that they will just embarrass us in public. They want to like break us down in public. They want us to cry in public. They want us to like have a meltdown in public. If you know what I'm trying to say, this is what they aim for. This is what they've been aiming for, that they will crush our dreams, and they want everyone to see it. This is the intent that divine has already picked up on. It's been a very constant intent. This is a constant throughout all of us, like throughout our journeys. It's a constant. They don't want this to be a private thing. They don't want you to suffer a loss and that loss to remain private. No. They want everyone to know. Everyone, if they could, they would literally have everyone from your past lives also coming, from all the lives that you have lived. They would have all of them also be informed about it. It's that bad. That obsession is that bad. Divine picked up on this, and Divine is going to make this a very public thing. Whatever they do, everything is going to be exposed. It's going to be in sun's light. And you have you have Lord Surya Dev's blessings. In fact, that was given to me today. Surya Dev. Now, what does Surya Dev bring? Surya Dev brings in strength, light, protection, purity, expose. Alright, so divine light over everything. All the plans that they hashed in the dark will all come to light. And this, when we say come to light, it'll come to light as in everybody would know about it. Everyone from their life. I mean, probably they are much, obviously there are way more people, and hence way more lives that will be exposed to the truth. Alright, so something about that. So this, your karmic is howling and crying and creating a ruckus in their bathrooms. I'm telling you, because at first I thought it's a very small room, for, you can't, like, there's no room possible really where you just open the door, like you shut the door and you sit immediately. There's never a chair right next to the door. And the decor seemed very bathroomy. It's literally, this person is crying in the bathroom. They don't have anywhere to go. Look at it that way also. They don't have anywhere else to go and cry. They are literally crying in the bathrooms. I saw their face also, quite honestly, but that's irrelevant to you. That's irrelevant to you. It will be different for different people, obviously, but I saw this person's face also. I was so, when you're in that relaxed mode. You've had a long day. This is long day in the sense like, yes, like being in our heels, the kind of clothes we wear, and then you come down and you put your feet up on 3 cushions. You're like all relaxed, all stretched. I was in that mode, and she just out of the blue I got this vision. We're like, that kind of like, I had to get up. That is the inconvenience you caused me. But yeah, but I do not know exactly what happened, but this is what happened. If I ask Divine, Divine will tell me, but then I'll leave it to Divine. Whenever they want to tell me. If I ask Divine, they will, and 101% will tell me right away what happened. But then they know that I also don't ask. I don't ask these things. अपने आप बता देंगे तो ठीक है. What else? Okay, then there's the universe is with you, the universe is with you, the universe is with you. You would not believe how many times the universe is with you came to me. Like literally, how much love and support, I'm telling you, like has just come through in the past few days is unreal. You have ascended. These struggles are not for you anymore. Somebody's trying to impose themselves as a challenger in your life, collective. Then you put that down on a piece of paper, and you trust me that they don't exist in your life anymore. They cannot do it. They cannot impose themselves in your life anymore. They've been removed. That cycle is totally, that door is shut. That cycle has long been over. But if someone's not been able to like just accept the reality, and your karmics, they try to like, a lot of my karmics in like, let's say in my workplace, a lot of karmics that I tackle in my workplace, they generally come for me for clout. You know what I mean? Like for them it's like, oh, coming against me is like coming against a divine being. For them it's like clout. You see, I did this to her, you think I did this to. For them it's like a prestige thing. For them it's like, oh my god, do you know what I did? They know that I'm not going to do anything directly bad to them. But what these dimwits, this is what Divine gave me today. The dimwits don't understand is what Divine is going to themselves like send somebody, or they will come down themselves to purify their sins then. And then becomes painful, and for them, and then they cry, and then they like get into victim mode, and they're like, she did this, we are so scared of her. She did nothing. She's just sitting and chilling. She's just doing her own thing. You performed a sin first. You participated. You created a sin for yourself. You put yourself in that cycle. Alright, you're coming against someone who's doing God's work. You will be punished by the divine. You're being punished by the divine. It's literally you from the beginning and you in the end. Literally, it's just you. No one else has got the time to attend to you. You will not even matter really in the bigger scheme of things. You're a hurdle really, and you're trying to create yourself into a copy of someone that you are not. You're not. I don't understand that. It's baffling when they make themselves the victim. They do something and they're like, yeah, you would not believe that acting, and it's such low level, Razi level acting, right? Like, oh my god, we are scared of her. After they do something and they know now divine is going to come and punish them, or they're just going to get wrapped up from the divine, we are scared of her. This is what my karmics do, and I'm very sure this is like really throughout the floor for all my collective. It's like, do something and just become a victim instantly. Just become a victim, and they think they can get away with it. They can fool other people. They have been able to fool some people, but anyways, it's not going to, it won't go on for long. Hang on for a second. It was a very old song. Moving on, next one now. Enough talking. Again, I would not have talked about them, but it's just the downloads that are related to the karmic and our journey, our spiritual journey. So there'll always be karmics right around us. So that being that. Anyway, so the next download is, I was given this very, very, very old. I think it's a prayer come song. I don't know what exactly it is. No, it is a prayer. It's very old, yeah. And I'm old. And I'm saying it's old. So imagine how old this must be. And when I heard it, I was just getting ready for work, and I literally for a second thought, where did it come from? And because it literally came in the same way as I had, like it was like actually recorded, right? This song was actually recorded, and I literally thought it's just playing somewhere. Like, I was like, who's playing this? Like, is my husband playing this? No way he's playing the song. So it is the song. It goes like, I just remember these two lines. That was what was given to me. So I'll just repeat those. It says, हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करें, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करें. Alright, so I think this came at a time on a day then, like a lot of people in my journey were like trying to make me feel like small, like make me feel insignificant. Maybe like, oh, your journey, we will come in, we'll stop this, we'll stop your channel, we'll stop your downloads, we'll stop your readings, we'll do this, we'll do that. That kind of a day, when people like just come for you extra special, in a very extra special way. And this when Divine gave me this, and I was really, it took me a second, what exactly what the message is here and saying. The stress was on the line, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करें. So Divine is like, you just give way too much importance to people, to their positions, to their authority. You're like, you're being too nice. You get my point? Collective, you've been asked to just acknowledge your own power, your own ranking, your own, throne that has been given to you by the Divine. In fact, this was like it was reconfirmed to me by another ascended soul. She's part of our gang. She's one of the chosen ones, and she was saying, you would not believe how many people have not been able to exercise their powers given to them by the Divine because they just are made guilty. They're made to feel guilty about being special, being loved more by the Divine. So like the entire community, our society is like set up in a certain way that they tend to like just guilt trip anybody who's even like just like a little bit special than the others. If you're a very run-of-the-mill, very plain Jane, nobody would come for you. You won't even matter, quite honestly. You will breeze through your life. But if you're even slightly creative, slightly special, you have Mata Saraswati's hand over your head, you have Mata Lakshmi's hand over your head, you are well adorned, you are protected, you are loved, you have special gifts, you see things differently, you perceive things differently, you have a higher IQ level, you have a higher EQ level, you have a higher spiritual level, and just wait and see. You could be absolutely no one, but you'll see the hordes and hordes of armies of these karmics coming for you to stop you from speaking the word of God, to stop you from saying God, to stop you from saying I love God, I'm grateful and thankful to God, to stop you from that. So just imagine, she also reiterated, coming back to her, and it just literally opened my eyes. And thank you, I can't remember her name, she's like, but I'll link her in the description box. And she was very, like, she opened my eyes, she woke me up for a second. I was like, yeah, that's what it is. It's like we're just taken on a guilt trip suddenly. Like, if the majority of people are not special, they would come for the one who is special, someone who looks different, talks different, does different. The most glaring difference between the others and the chosen ones and people on the spiritual journey, let me just say, people who are on the spiritual journey, is a level of happiness that we have in our lives. You see, chosen ones are way happier despite the challenges, despite the hurdles, despite the hate, despite the spiritual warfare. A chosen one looks visibly happier in their life, visibly happier. That's because of our purpose and divine protection, divine blessings, divine healing, divine love, divine light. Imagine getting it. Just imagine getting, like, Lord Shiva telling you that they care for you, they love you, and you're like, such a beautiful child of theirs, and they love this about you, and they love it when you imagine getting that download from the divine. Just imagine how special would you feel. This is how special we feel from the inside out. So she was like saying that this is exactly what we are, like, just special, we are happier, and then hence the entire world comes for us and just tries to guilt trip us into feeling small, feeling guilty of being special, feeling guilty of being exceptional. You know what I mean? So this is what divine is trying to tell you also, like दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करें. Just remember, like, acknowledge yourself also. Na? First, you might just think, oh, this person is great, that person is this, oh, this person is, well, this is their authority, that is their authority. But just think about yourself. Have you ever looked in the mirror and looked at yourself, looked at your power, the power that you hold? And those powers have been given to you for you to wield them, really. But most of us, we don't wield those powers. If we are too nice to call judgment on someone, we are too nice to, call judgment on people. Otherwise, we can call judgment on people, right? We've been given that power of discernment, not for nothing. Not for nothing. But here it is. But she was like, she literally opened my eyes, like, that's absolutely correct, my sister. Absolutely correct. We are being made, the chosen ones are made to feel like we are like as if some freaks, because we are blessed by the divine. We are some freaks. We have been able to ascend, we have been able to improve our lives, so we must be doing something wrong. Divine loves us, so there must be something creepy about us. We are crazy people that we talk about divine. We are crazy that we don't talk about, drinking away to glory. We are crazy if we talk about, we want to spend our evenings talking about God. There must be something wrong with us, is what their projections are. There's something wrong with these people who want to talk about God at the end of the day. Yeah? So, divine's advice to you is, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करें. You think they are so great? Think about yourself first. Pros and cons list. And look at yourself. Look at yourself, my collective. Yeah? Okay, this was that. Again, I told you about security, protection, but this word security was given to me by so many times, and literally, it reminded me, which was that movie? That Bruce Willis movie, that M. Shyamalan movie, wherein that Bruce Willis becomes that unbreakable, right? Unbreakable, right? Unbreakable. Wherein he becomes a superhero at the end, and he had that jacket which had that security man wala jacket which had security at the back of a jacket. Trust me, hand to God, collective, I got that at least twice today itself. Security. It's like divine being like all around you. We have you. It's like, I don't like to use this word bodyguard, but they're literally guarding you and protecting you right now. They're not bodyguards. That's just not, it ain't respectful enough in my eyes. But I'm just giving you, an analogy to like understand what I'm trying to say here, what divine is trying to say. Like security. They're like literally around you, and nobody can just like put a dent in you or in your life, really, quite honestly. But they can do things to your environment. Again, like I said, like it when the Maharishis used to perform yajna. So these people would disrupt the environment. Like I said, like they would just throw, uproot trees, like make noises, or like throw things into the yajna fire. But they could not touch the Maharishi, the chosen one, the ascended master. They could not touch because they did not have the authority. Similarly, your karmics don't have the authority to touch you. They can't touch you, but yes, they've been like, they try to meddle with the environment. But having said that, every time they do that, they still get defeated. You still like rise like the phoenix, the Suparna bird. Okay, no, Suparna, I was thinking about it. That definition of Suparna, that being with golden wings, made of fire and everything. That being that was able to like, break out of those 100 iron walls, that bird Suparna. Remember in our last reading we discussed Suparna and divine called you Suparna. So think of it like divine did not call that being a phoenix. Divine called that being a falcon, not phoenix. Phoenix rises from the ashes. I think divine did not want to like use that. Somehow it was falcon, not phoenix. I was curious why it was falcon and why not phoenix. So divine doesn't think that you'll rise from the ashes. There's no ashes for you, trust me. Divine wants you to be Apex predator. Hang on, Falcon. Let me see. There's something that I can pick up. I just remembered this. Otherwise, I've done my research pehle. Falcons are birds of prey. See, they don't want you to be someone who like dies and then resurrects himself. Divine is that cycle. If it was, it's done and gone. You resurrecting, dying and resurrecting, dying and resurrecting. Your different versions of yourself. Now you are at another level now. You've just ascended, through various the test you just passed was one of the biggest tests of your spiritual journey ever. This probably was your toughest test, and will be probably the toughest test on your journey. This is done. Whatever comes now will be much more easier. This was probably the toughest cycle, the most stubborn, toughest cycle, and the toughest test that you just passed. Why, hang on, there's something about this falcon bit, and divine calling the bird falcon, Suparna falcon and not phoenix. Falcons have been clocked at reaching speeds of 242 miles per hour while diving for prey, making them the fastest recorded animal ever. You see what I mean? It's really so speed. That means you're probably ascending at a masterful speed. Maybe others, whoever it is for, I don't know. Probably you've jumped timelines, and you've done really you've done it at a very high speed. I think otherwise the same cycle would take other people 5 years, 10 years, and you've been able to complete that same cycle, let's say in about 2 years or something. Just give you an example. Just an example out here. You've been able to ascend very quickly. Oh, this was so this was a while ago. Divine did give me a download that was for myself. They said, they were happily surprised that I was able to do this quickly, something like this. So it could literally be that connected to you collective, wherein divine called you falcon. It's not about the ashes. Nobody's getting burned. Nobody's becoming an ash. Nobody's resurrecting from the ash anymore. No phoenix bit anymore now. You are a falcon now. You are an apex predator. All right. So it says why? Because there's some certain kind of peregrine falcons have been clocked at reaching speeds of 242 miles per hour while diving for prey. Imagine 242 miles per hour, man. And making them the fastest recorded animal ever. So I think it relates to your ascension journey and how fast you're moving up. You're probably just you're making everybody very proud. You're making your ancestors very proud. You're making your entire bloodline proud. You're making your divine spirit team proud. I think you're doing a very swell job. So congratulations to my collective. I knew there was something in there when I read that with why falcon. And I know something that it wasn't just clicking. Why not phoenix and why falcon? Because phoenix would be a very obvious term to come at, right? The birds with fire wings and everything and all that. That would be a most obvious thing to talk about. But divine called you a falcon, not a phoenix. So take note. You're doing really, really, really well, my collective. Alright, so great. 58 minutes. So where am I? Okay, so also this cycle is also about things that divine repeated to me over and over and over and over again. Were these words divine will, blessings, and security. All right, the universe is with you. This came to me gazillion times. Okay, and there was something about you receiving divine knowledge and wisdom. This cycle. Now the season, as we say in spirituality, this cycle would be about, the season would be rather about receiving divine knowledge and wisdom. So I really encourage you. And again, this was reiterated to me also. I'm just, forwarding that same message to you. Keep journaling. Please just write down your downloads. Please don't miss them. I understand, like me, like I said, I don't have to like sit and meditate for my downloads. I don't have to do that. Luckily for me, I get them as and by whatever I might be doing. I just get them. There is no time and spot for it. All right, so it is important for some. This is how I started writing them down, because I would just not be able to remember. I started getting them so many and so quickly. I never used to write them down. Then I started putting them down on pen and paper. So now for you however way you want to record them, just record them. Please journal them again, or whatever you have. Want to do it on your iPad, do it on phone, do it on laptop, do it like old-fashioned good old pen and paper, whatever works for you. Please do it. Please journal them, otherwise you'll lose them. There is no way, and I'm sharing my experience, there is no way that you can remember them all. You will lose them, and there might just be some really important ones that you want to like get back to. You know what I mean? Sometimes I write them, then I see them. If I'm not been able to cover, like I know there'll be some downloads that I have not covered in this book of mine, and they will come and shine themselves, really shove themselves in my face on the day that I really am supposed to share them with you. Really, I'm telling you. So it's best that you record them, because this is for you also, for your own like peace. There is no way that you can have like tabs open in your head and you remembering everything, right? Journal them, please. Put them down somewhere. Record them, whichever way you want. Again, reiterating, this will be a season of you receiving divine knowledge and wisdom. Class is in session. All right, and please note everything down. In fact, I had a very ethereal kind of vision about like, okay, I'm going to share that some other time. I do not know. I still have to like get clearance from divine whether I'm supposed to be sharing it, whether it was just for me or I'm supposed to be sharing it with a larger group. Well, let me come back to you with that. It was a revelation. I do know. It's so interesting for you to know, but let me just get clearance from divine. All right. If I'm confused inside whether I should be telling you or not, then I need the divine to confirm it to me first. All right. And there was some more which came in that. So this line also came in. See, I'm telling you, divine came in so many times today to tell me, not just today, like this entire last week onwards up till now, right? It's been like, anybody who comes in the way will get. Anybody who comes in the way of the purpose, anybody who comes in the way of the divine mission, anybody who comes in the divine of our assignment would get it. Would get it directly from divine. So this also came in, wherein I just literally wrote down the exact words. It was whenever there is harassment caused by the asuras, I shall surely incarnate and work for your welfare. Now this came from Ma Durga. Whenever there is I don't know whether it was wherever. I think it's wherever, right? So wherever or whichever way you take it, I noted it down as whenever. So whenever, whichever there is harassment caused by the asuras. See, same thing, and this came today. Caused by the asuras, I shall surely incarnate and work for your welfare. Like literally, Ma Durga is saying, if these people were to come in your way, I will literally come down myself, manifest myself and punish them. Literally, she said that. Dude, I can't there is no way for me to like explain it further to you, Karmics. Please pay heed. Please, for your own sake, understand you will be very severely punished. And this is coming from the divine. They're like literally taking turns. I mean it, literally taking turns, one after the other. Like, I'm going to do this. Seraphim on one side, Archangel Michael on the other, Lord Shiva on one side, Mahakali on one side, Mata Durga on one side, and these are just ones that I'm just telling you right now. There's so many more who like literally, offer to help. Like, I would like to come and do this for you. I would like to come and do this for you. Just imagine how much love and support collective our 144,000 brothers and sisters they have. Imagine the support. imagine the support, and you still want to like just cause yourself harm, go ahead. We have done our job to like warn you. That's it. That's all we could do. Again, it's your free will. Do whatever you want to do. Alright, then it is, what else? Okay, those were like for me. Okay, I have already shared divine will, blessings. Okay, so I think for now I might have covered all of these, I think. But it's already 1 hour, 5 minutes. Should we do tarot a little bit? Trust a little bit. We'll take out like what? 5, we'll take out 7, 9 cards or something. Right? Hang on, I really want to do tarot. It's been a while. And then we'll take out my cards also. Just like, okay, already. Queen of Swords, speaking the truth. My collective, you are speaking the truth. Queen of Swords. Yeah, the sword is upright. No need to like sugarcoat shit. Just like I told you, like Divine told me, go ahead. Just no need. No need to mellow it down. To sweeten it up. Nothing. No need. Go for it. Alright. Okay. So Queen of Swords. We'll take. Okay. What wanted to come so loudly? 8 of Wands. Coming in fast, like, but it didn't come out, so I'm not going to take it. But this is like happening fast. Whatever is happening really, really, really fast. Alright? So just go ahead, speak your truth, be in your purpose, do what you do. Alright? Okay, then the Queen of Cups, but it came in reverse. So Queen of Cups in reverse. So I think this is about like you being Queen of Cups. Okay, it could be that you could be seen as someone very cold, very introverted, very mean, very selfish. You know what I mean? Just stay in your purpose. You don't have to like entertain the comics. I get that all the time. You don't have to like. I think this could literally be your past energy. You're probably just being, oh, maybe this is how you're being called. Like people would poke at you, and then you would maybe not respond, and their reaction to that would be, oh my God, this person is so cold. They don't respond to anything. They're so cold. Their heart is so cold. Hang on. Oh my God, the Queen of Wands in reverse. Oh my God, what is happening? The Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands. 3 queens are out, man. Hang on for a second. Like I just said, it's good to be past energy. Actually, it's not your past. You are surrounded by these people. You are this Queen of Swords upright. You're speaking your truth. But you're surrounded by, hang on for a bit. You're surrounded by these 2 queens. Now, feminine energy, it could be a man in a feminine energy, it could be, just feminine energy in a body, right? So these energies, like, all right, take it as it resonates, plural, singular, or plural. There's a Queen of Cups in around you and a Queen of Wands around you. Both are in reverse. So there is a Queen of Cups that's emotionally imbalanced. This person could literally, like I was saying, could be like really cold-hearted when it comes to like, or could be like almost cruel towards you. You are speaking your truth. You're speaking God's word. You're just speaking, let's say you're literally talking, you're taking, wait a minute. Yeah, you literally could really be just quoting from Gita, and that could be a problem to this one. It is your divine knowledge, the sword, right? Your communication, what the words that you speak, the knowledge that you have, the divine wisdom that you have, that is like giving these 2 people trouble. There's one Queen of Wands, very passionate, like otherwise energy had they been upright, but they're also just like someone is like really feeling. This could be someone feeling like a queen level energy, like queen level energy. When we say like really could be a powerful energy, but it's feeling quite defeated right now against you. I don't know why they have to be against you again, right? People just put themselves in a comparative position, and then they like feel bad about themselves. It could literally be like these. You could literally be, like I said, just literally be, quoting from Gita right now. Literally something that Sri Hari said himself, talking to his one disciple, and that word is a problem to these people. Oh my Lord, I really felt it when that Did I not just say it's good? It could be a past energy because it's not your current energy. These are like people around you. Oh my god, I just saw the devil. I saw the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Oh wow. Hang on. Let me just. Let's see. How many cards we have? We'll take 9 divine. Okay, which one is this now? Okay, see, you could have just. Okay, this is the Two of Pentacles, but in reverse. You could have. Oh, you have like closed and door suddenly. These people could be just feeling left out. I think they were having. They were just probably trying to be a part of a situation, but now they're like been closed out completely somehow. And I see the Temperance in reverse right here. Oh my lord, everything in reverse, my collective, is just you speaking the truth. God's word, that is upright. Everything else is reverse. So these are people around you. Wow. Okay, my Temperance didn't come out, but I just got. But I'm gonna just not take it. It didn't come out. So I'm gonna take it. Okay, I saw it. Pentacles. Hang on. Okay, some doors you have closed. You're speaking the truth, and the doors have closed on some people. Okay, what has happened? Divine, could you just throw a little more light on this? Okay. Oh my god, these people are pressed. What have you done, collective? Why are these people so pressed? So many obstacles, like so many, not obstacles, like these are like burdens. How are these burdens? What are these burdens? Ten of Wands, and this is what? The Six of Cups, but this is in reverse. So somebody who could have been, so you could have just put something, this is a past friend, past relationship, past whatever link, whatever it is a past thing. Well, this person probably wants to just bring it to life right now. This person is pressed. 111 on the clock is pressed because I think they want to like. I don't know. Let me see. Oh. Yeah. This past energy is no. We'll take 3 more cards. Sorry, I didn't want to make a face. 3 more cards. I don't want to talk about any past thing, energy, version, the moon. But again, it is literally upside down. So it is something that happened in the past is coming to light. Something that some obstacles, some hurdles, some burdens that was probably put in your way, or any other people are feeling, is coming to light. Did I not talk about the sun energy? You are the sun energy right now. You literally have Lord Surya Dev blessing you in this season. Everything will come to light. And this is when moon is in reverse. It is like all these things are now coming to light. Nothing is hidden, is what I'm saying. So when things are not hidden, that means they're out there for everyone to see, for everyone to like judge now, right? It'll be fun if they can judge themselves also, right? Oh my god, judgment. But judgment also in reverse, man. Why is the judgment in reverse? Why is the judgment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe, judgment is reverse. Maybe someone did not answer their calling. And I was supposed to put, and I did. I put this card right under the Queen of Cups. So somebody who's a very cruel person, it talks about someone like this Queen of Cups is someone who did not answer their calling. Alright? Everyone has a choice. We talked about divine will. I keep telling you, everyone, all of you have divine will. All of us have divine will. In a sense, like, you have the will to either do it or not do it. Divine can only recommend steps to us, can only tell us what to do as a parent. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Did some really, I'm going to put it mildly, corrupt things, right? This Queen of Wands. A lot of corrupt things that were done, they are coming to light now. They are being reversed, they are being backfired. So had it been upright, I would have taken it as this is like being thrown. This energy is being thrown at my collective. But now this is in reverse. So this energy has been thrown back at these people. Whoever this is, whoever sent that bad energy your way is feeling the Temperance again. in reverse. I'm telling you, they are not feeling balanced now. I think they wanted, man, I'm telling you the truth. The Ace of Wands, I'm telling you the truth. Literally, I think they wanted you to be in balance, and this is what is happening to them. Whatever energy they sent out for you, whatever nasty things they try to manifest for you, let me put it very easy, generic terms. Whatever nasty things they try to manifest for you is manifesting for them now. Simple logic. Jo bhi hai wapas bhejo. Times 100. Divine is doing that. You want to do this, you want to do that to my collective, you want to like harass my collective. Literally, that term did Mata Durga not use that term? She literally said, I will manifest myself if I see. She said, wherever there is harassment caused by the asuras, you, the karmics, the asuras, I shall surely incarnate and work for your welfare. Mata Durga's promise, I will come down to whoop their ass if they try to come for my child, my chosen one. Alright? Okay, what else? So 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Who gives 9 cards? We asked for 9. Should we just take one more? Like always, one more for her. One last card, Divine. Just one last. Okay, this popped. We'll take this. Oh my god. The 9 of Swords, but this is in reverse. So I think again the reverse energy. This was sent your way, but it reversed. You see, this person wanted to. Okay, this is now right under this. This person. Let's say if it is like a love triangle, or like a job situation, or a whatever. Just take it where this person wanted to take your spot or something. Let's say, or wanted you to be like, feel like, you know, an option, or wanted you to feel unwelcome, or whatever. Let's say it was a household, maybe it's your mom-in-law wanted you to feel like an outsider, or your sister-in-law wanted to like feel like an outsider, like you're not like us, we are different, we are this and we are that kind of situation. Or it could literally be like a, you know, group of people at your workplace who want to like make you feel like you're less than them, or like they have these connections, or like, I'm just giving you an example, just take it as a resonance, right? They are of a certain kind, they have a certain community, and you are not like them, so you're different, or whatever, whichever way it is. Whatever they wanted to send to you, they want to make you feel anxious, they want to make you feel like sleepless, this is how it is, and it looks upright, it is so. I think it just backfired on them. Now this person, oh my god, look at this person holding their head like this, and I'm telling you, this woman that I saw crying in my vision literally came, opened the bathroom door, shuttered the white door, okay, and the white walls and the white door and everything, sat down, and she was literally like this, she literally had her hands on her head, on her face, just like so. I told you about that vision of mine, right? This is exactly how it was. I think they wanted to cause this to you. They wanted you to be like, you know, lose it in public, something like that. Something about it happening publicly. It had to be somehow in their plans, in their weird fantasy, it had to be very public. But apparently Divine has just backfired it. You send me bad energy, it will be sent back to you, is what Divine is saying. Me as in Divine, me as in you're a child of God, you are part of God's family, you are divine, you're a divine being. You send it towards a divine being, a person who's doing divine's work. All of this will be sent back. Literally, I had this is how she was like this, like like a very bratty and a very like, oh, I wanted to do this, it did not happen, it just something like that. I see, there are times it's very difficult to articulate a certain emotion, really, but it was like that kind of howl, loud howl, like you would like just want to just tell someone to just shut the fuck up. That kind of I didn't feel any empathy for the person. I knew this was like someone bratty, someone karmic, someone not getting their way. I already knew it at the onset. It wasn't someone who was feeling a loss or anything. No, not at all. Where the rest of the cards over here, they are. I don't know. I don't know, but someone crying out loud in a bathroom. Very, very loud. Lee. Don't want to talk about it. I just saw something where we don't have the time or the energy for it. Let's do. It's already 1 hour 19 minutes. I do not know where. I might run out of space any moment now, my collective. If I do, then just understand that I wish you well and you have a wonderful night and everything until we meet next time. But since we haven't gotten, we still have some space left, so let me just take out some of my cards also. I'm very intrigued right now, although I do think we have gotten our messages for the day. Let me just take out like 5. I want to do my card. I love my cards. What is this? Oh my god, I said I love my cards and literally the card love came out. See, I said I love my cards and see love came out with a smiley. Oh my god, divine. I know. Did I not just say? That's why I love my cards. I know divine loves to talk to me through them. Hang on, what? Should we do this? Okay, where are you? Here. Let's take this out. Yoga or union? Okay, so yog or union. So there's a divine union. Yes, divine wisdom. When you're like connected with divine, when you are receiving that divine knowledge, I told you this is a season of receiving divine knowledge and wisdom. Alright, this is that season. So when we are receiving that knowledge, it's not just coming, it doesn't get downloaded into a pen drive and we don't get it, or it doesn't get downloaded in cloud somewhere and then we don't download it. It don't work like that. Literally, when we getting that knowledge, that is where we have divine connection formed, that divine union, with literally, like we're talking to the gods and they're telling us this. So yes, divine union. Yes, this is the season of divine union. Okay, hang on, what else? We'll take out 5, okay? We won't get too greedy. Friend. Okay. A friend. What about a friend? Okay, it's not a fake friend, but a friend. Okay. Friend. You might be getting a friend. Someone who wishes you well. I'm not saying that it is a soulmate or any your soul tribe member, but you might be getting a friend. And this is a yellow card. Someone who would bring you happiness. Someone who would give you joy. That's nice. You might be getting a new friend. What else? Let's see. What else? Let's just do. Well, okay. Yellow. Okay, wants to come out. Okay, yellow wants to come out. Hang on. Let's just see which is this. It says 1, 2, 3, go. Go for it. Go for your goals. Oh, that purpose we talked about. So irrespective of who's poking into you, who's throwing stuff into your yagna fire, who's doing whatever, who's uprooting trees, who's howling and crying, and who's doing whatever shit they want to do, just you be focused and directed towards your work. You be focused. And Mr. Malhotra has made an entry. क्या घड़ी क्या दिखा रहे हो? I know it's 1 hour 23 minutes. 1 second. Okay, so we'll just take 4 now. So we'll take a last card. One last one, okay? One last one, and then we'll like, my husband's just showing me. Okay, I saw this one. I'm going to take this. Okay, I'll just take the one that I don't see. Okay, this one's the last one. What? Okay, the 3, 4 that came in bonus ones. Okay, it also says over here it's split as baby steps. So whatever you're doing, yeah, so what was that? Where did I tell you as the first step? Yeah, so just take out once and then just sacrifice into the Yagna fire, right? Divine told you take one. Did I not give you the analogy of like you probably like, this is like a 500 things that you would like to improve in yourself. But start with 1, right? So literally just take those baby steps. Start with 1. Start with 1. Okay? Those were that, and then it's like, okay, so there's a question. What about the question, divine? Question. What about it? Joke. What is it? Joke. Question. Wait a minute. Where are you going? Question. Skills. 1, 2, 3. Go. Love. Yoga. Friend. Joke. Question. I don't get the joke or the question. What about which question, divine? skills. I think you've been like ascended, so you'll be given new powers, new skills. This season you already are, I'm sure, like you are acknowledging, you're like being able to like see that you have new skills now, new powers to be able to like see through shit. I don't know. Should I take? I think I'm gonna run out of space. This is gonna be a 1.5 hours. I can't. This is the first of its kind. Okay, hang on. Let's just take demons. Demons. What are these demons? Jokes to you? Think of what about it? Cursed. Okay, I think we are not getting our answers right now. Oh my god, hang on for a second. Where is that other card that just where'd the skills card go? Did I just put it back here? I think I must have just put it back here. So why did I put it back? Hang on. Figo, love, yoga, unit. What is here? I think in these, whatever these asuras or the demons are, we talked about asuras so much that they literally manifested themselves here. See, these demons might literally just be slaying them, would just be like a joke to you now. Literal teeth, I drew teeth here. So I'm telling you, literally, this might just be a joke to you now. Like, you don't understand your power. Again, that same guilt trip that we are like special, like the children of God are like taken on that. If you're not like ordinary like the rest of them, you're targeted. Anybody special who has been blessed by God is just not targeted, right? They might make you feel that like you are they guilt trip you like into feeling that you're like this, you're like that, you're crazy, you think like this, you think differently, you might have a higher perception of things, like high perception of depth, you know what I mean? But so that you're like almost crucified for it, you know what I mean? What else is here? Foolishness, yes. Something about the joke, foolishness. Oh, is it like on our karmics? Divine is going that way. Joke, foolishness, their foolishness. Yes, of course it is, like they are not paying heed. Okay, I'm going to take only literally just one more. We'll take one more and we'll pick this up some other time. Okay, hang on. What is this? Okay, it's not going to come out. These are like repeat cards. I'm not going to take them. But Divine is asking you to literally go for it. Start with whatever little steps, baby steps that had come, like start, but 1, 2, 3, go. All right, this is your season to learn and to ascend. All right, and when I said I love this, it already like manifested. So just be very careful. You can manifest anything you want. Just go ahead, manifest wonderful things into your life. Well, should you want a friend is literally here in your life. Someone like is going to bring you a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. Yeah. Okay, and it's foolishness, literally their foolishness, their karmic's foolishness. They are literally a joke to you now. They don't get it. You are a falcon. You're the fastest animal here. Alright, so these asuras and demons don't understand it. They're cursing themselves by coming after you. They're cursing themselves, and then they tend to like blame it, have that victim mentality. Oh my god, this happened to me. Her gods are coming after me because, oh my god, her gods are coming after me. No, it's not. It's your god also. Irrespective whether you believe it or not, your life, you owe your life to the divine. Irrespective whether you want to fold your hands and thank God for your life or not, you owe your life to the divine. Alright? Just understand that, acknowledge it, internalize it, because you would need to. To understand what is happening to you, you would need to understand that you are made by the divine. Whatever you hold in your life has been given to you by the divine, has been granted to you by the divine. Alright? So don't come in divine's way. It is something like that. It's just don't come in divine's way. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, so with this 1 hour 29 minutes, okay, this has to be a record, yeah. This has to be the longest